Hey everyone, and welcome to another live stream straight here from Prague, from our studio. And I have something very serious because before we went live, someone called NC Dancer wrote in a chat that I've almost finished cooking my spaghetti. Don't start without me. Just a few moments, please. So my question is the spaghetti done? Is the dinner done? So should we wait again?
I mean, we can wait. We can just like sit here silently.
Yep, it's done. Okay, then
Okay.
we have the green light to do actually the stream. Yeah. So welcome everyone. Long time no see for me at least.
Yeah, where have you been?
I mean, working.
Oh,
Not like you guys
Alright, well.
playing games. Streaming. Famous influencers now
oh yeah.
doing. Nah, I mean, I was slowly watching you guys from the shadow behind, like you taking over this American Truck Simulator
Watching
Let's
me
Play.
slowly destroy your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that was the thing. Like first time I let you take over this series, me and Alex, we've been building this profile like debt free, and the first thing what you did was what?
I took out a loan for $500,000. It's almost paid off. We're at
Chat.
377.
All the hard work just throw into the basket, no regrets.
It's American Truck Simulator. You have to be in debt. Otherwise, it just doesn't
That's
work.
actually a simulator.
Yeah.
That's actually realistic a lot, yeah. Yeah, but other than that, I was watching you streaming with Alex and with everyone, and I was having good time watching you guys. And how do you like it so far?
Good.
All these streams and
Good.
everything.
It's fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's breaks up the work. Instead of just sitting behind the computer doing what I do.
Secret stuff.
Yeah. Super secret stuff.
Super secret stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as you know, guys, recently we've published another of our SCS on the road episodes of walk around the mighty Western Star 57X, and I saw one nice comment there. Someone posted a comment there saying that they miss me in the stream. So that's all it took. That's all it takes. One positive comment about me not being in the stream, and I'm here. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you. Nah, chat. The actual reason why it's not Alex and me today is that Alex is traveling, so he cannot be here with us tonight, but we still wanted to have a stream, and so we decided with Mark to go for it. And we also, me, Mark, and Benny, and also Oscar was there, and other colleagues, we just returned from a quite interesting business trip around the US. I believe you guys who are watching us on Twitter and social media could have seen one of our photo with those amazing guys from Hammett
Yes.
Excavation,
Yeah.
right? That was one of the things we did there, and so we thought like we could kind of dedicate this American Truck Simulator Let's Play series episode to not just drive around American Truck Simulator and continue earning money in our game and making progress with our profile, and more like earning money to be able to pay off the debt you so boldly throw us in. And we could also talk about the business trip a little bit and stuff like that. How does it sound, man?
It sounds good to me. I wanted to start with, though, I noticed you got a different hat on today. You don't have the Western Star hat on.
Yes, sir. This is Mack, because we've visited also Mack Experience Center
Yes, we did.
in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Right, and we did a few very good things there. But I believe like we can hit the road and take the
absolutely.
job and let's see where the path going to take us.
Can we take out more debt?
No. Come on, man. That's enough. One debt is enough. Chat. How are you? How you've been since we've last seen each other? Let us know. How are you guys? We want to hear that hopefully everyone is having good time. No, unfortunately there is no Benny Cam today. Next time, he promised.
Where do we want to go today, chat?
Yeah, that's a good question as well.
Let's start
Chat.
with that, and then we can talk about
Let's
our
decide.
days.
Which way should we take our job? or that's all jobs you can find?
Yeah, just there's
Oh,
not
yeah,
much
okay,
coming
then
out of
more.
Las Cruces today.
I mean, the glass looks cool. I always kind of like the cargos that are not in boxed trailers. You know that.
yeah, I do notice that when I'm playing as well. It's just something about seeing the load actually there on the trailer behind
Yeah,
you. It's like
not just
more.
white box and like
Yeah.
it could be full of anything like pineapple pizza or Die Hard Christmas edition.
There it is. I knew it was coming. I don't know. I had a feeling. I knew it was coming.
Did you realize that on the way back, on the plane there were
Yeah, I saw it.
Die Hard movie.
I was waiting for you to like yell across the plane at me.
Yeah.
We could do this oversized load. We already got the beacons on.
Yeah, looks nice.
Down to Corpus Christi.
All-terrain crane sounds great. All the way through Texas. I'm
Let's
down
see.
for it.
Does anyone in the chat have any?
Chat. Should we take this?
Lighthammer
Job.
says take the crane.
New City is good. Go for it. Let's
Yeah, go for it. All right.
Corpus Christi is nice. Yes, go there. Yes, take it. Right. Yeah, we should. I see a lot of familiar names in the chat. It's awesome to see you again, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. So, you already have the cargo? No, you need to drive there first, right?
Yeah, I got to go to a garage first and get some oversized banners put on because we're gonna be hauling an oversized load. And we
Are
gotta-
those like mandatory by law?
Yes, absolutely.
Or are they?
Yeah. There's all kinds of rules when you're hauling oversized. The banners, like, and having beacons and being lit up properly.
Uh-huh.
That's like probably the most important one because that's what the DOT sees, right? Of course, you'd have to have your permits and all that, but also there's rules about when you can drive. And I think we talked about this last stream because we did the special transport. But you can't
That's
drive.
actually the thing. Like I never kind of understood like how it is done in the US. Like, what makes the difference in these like oversized or overweight or big cargos in general? Like, where is the point from where you need to have escort vehicles?
So it's different based on every state. So generally speaking, you're allowed to be up to 80,000 pounds for your truck and trailer and load, and you're allowed to be 53-foot trailer. Most states don't have. Actually, I don't think any states have a law on how long the tractor can be. So once you're over 53 feet, you got to have permits. Once you're over 80,000 pounds, you got to have permits depending on the state. Some states like Michigan, you can go up to like 160,000 pounds without a permit. Well, you got to be licensed for it still, but that's a whole other thing we could get into. So it's there's these like basic rules about how many axles, how much weight, how long, how wide. You're only allowed to be 8 foot 6 inches wide. And then once you go over that, yeah, you become a permitted load. And then depending how far over you go, it also changes whether you're going to need the escorts and all that, or even. Trying to find a gear here. Bear with me. There it is.
Are you driving manual today?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Nice.
I'm going to turn that off because it distracts me and I find it hard to talk.
Yeah.
And
Sure,
I crash
that's
into
your
things.
that's your excuse.
Hey, you want to drive manual? You can come over here if you want.
I'm actually glad
Alright,
that you
that's
joined
fine.
the company, so I don't need to drive on the streets anymore.
Oh, you got tired of crashing into stuff?
No. But chat, I realized that I kind of forgot to for those who might be joining us today for the first time ever, we should also like a little bit introduce myself or introduce us. So hello again from our studio for a live stream of American Truck Simulator Let's Play series, which is a series in which we are playing the game of American Truck Simulator from scratch. No developer tricks, no cheats allowed. The way as it is supposed to be played. We are earning in-game money, buying trucks, upgrading them, trying to stay debt-free until Mark comes in. And yeah, here we are. My name is Nemiro. I'm a PR and marketing manager here in ATS Software, and here with me is my colleague Mark, who is our community manager and consultant.
Hello. What does a consultant do?
You're asking me.
I don't know. I just come in at 9 o'clock and
and start consulting
Yeah,
anything
just
like
do
people
it,
ask
yeah.
you, then
people ask me questions and I answer.
now we kind of we are happy that Mark joined us after his what was it 12-14 years of professional truck driver experience in the US and Canada.
So technically, I actually told a little fib when I first said it was 14 years because it's not really 14 years. It's actually 13 years plus the time I spent as a driving instructor and everything else. So it's 14 years total working with trucking.
Sorry, we have to let you go because like the
All
entry
right, I'll grab my stuff.
the entry level was 14 years, not 13 and a half.
How many years you got driving?
0.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So that's and of course today we are going to do another episode with you guys. So we'll Mark is now putting some oversized banners and flags on his truck because we are about to drive and haul all terrain massive crane, right? Down the way, all the way down to Corpus Christi in Texas. Have you been there ever? Is it the place where? What?
I forgot what controls were what for a second.
Is it Corpus Christi the place where the ramps for these starships are? Is it there, right? For the space
SpaceX?
rockets? Yeah.
I think. Chat, can you help us out with this?
Is it right? Is it like SpaceX area kind of nearby there?
Is it Corpus Christi? I thought it was farther down. I thought it was like...
Someone's asking
if
does still pineapple belong on pizza? Yes, of course. The fact that I was not in a stream for a few weeks doesn't change a thing on that fact.
I'm glad we still agree on that.
You like it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Alex who is a betrayer.
It was Alex, and
Alex.
Peter said he doesn't mind. He just is happy to have food.
That's so Peter thing. He always is ready to get some food in the office as well.
I remember one time you guys went to an all-you-can-eat buffet for a team building thing, and I couldn't go because I wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah.
And it was like someone was asking when you guys were going to be back, and it's like, oh, we were all done an hour ago, but Peter's still eating.
Yeah. And he came here and took a brownie dessert from me. We were so full, so stuffed, and he was like, "Yeah, I could use a dessert."
Oh my.
Yeah, I believe Alex and Peter are actually going to have another stream this week on Thursday, chat. So make sure to tune in to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/SCS Software on Thursday, same time. So from 6 p.m. Central European Time. SpaceX is in East Brownsville, so I might be confusing that with something. Probably. Sorry for that, chat. So you're heading for the cargo now, and meanwhile, can you tell us something what we did at our business trip in the US, from which we just came a few days back, like last week, right? Right, actually on Wednesday we
got
landed.
back Wednesday. Yeah.
Tell us who we visited the first.
Well, we went to Wendy's, and Benny got a Baconator. That was the first place we visited in the U.S.
Guys, they're not kidding. Right at the airport, in it was Seattle.
Yeah, in Seattle. Yeah.
Right in Seattle airport, where we waited for an transfer plane. Benny and Mark headed straight to the Wendy's to because that was the first time for Benny in the U.S. So.
Yeah, because there's no Wendy's in Czech Republic or in Europe at all, maybe.
I'm not sure about the whole Europe, but definitely not in Prague and Czech Republic. So, yeah.
I'm sure. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm sure they're in like England. I feel like
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
But definitely like out here as you get further east.
That's actually a quite interesting topic or question for you, Chet. For those who've been or visited U.S. or are living there, which like fast food chain, like burgers chain, is the best? And that's a tricky question because everyone says something different, right?
Yeah.
What would be for you?
Ooh, what's the qualifications? Like, what are we defining as the best?
Burgers and sandwiches and so not like Olive Garden because you cannot. Right.
So. If we're talking just the burger itself and nothing else, so not the sides, not the overall experience or anything like that, then Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Yeah, like if you're just getting like a plain cheeseburger, that's the way to go. It's just a good burger. It's expensive though. Benny, did you say White Castle?
White Castle.
Oh, somebody said White Castle.
Yes.
Okay.
Chet saying White Castle.
Ban them.
But I believe chat is on your side as well. Like I can see a lot of answers, like Five Guys or Wendy's. Someone says also Shake Shack. I never been to that to any.
I think
Whataburger. I never visited that place.
Shake Shack is the one Oscar really likes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, White Castle, Johnny's Burger. Never heard about that even. Texas Roadhouse. Is that even like fast food?
I wouldn't call that fast food. No.
They cook steaks right there and
Yeah.
everything.
It's a little fancier than a fast food
Cluckin'
place.
Bell, In-N-Out Burger.
Wait. Someone say Cluckin' Bell?
Yeah.
Benny says you're a legend, Cluckin' Bell, man.
Shout out to Guar VV1.
Jollibee. I've seen Jollibees a lot, but I've never actually been able to get into one. There's never been like one truck parking nearby.
Aren't most of them just the same? Like it's just a burger and cheeseburger and burger with bacon and cheese and.
They're all a little different, right? Like, oh, am I gonna make it around this? Uh-oh.
Can you actually already leave with the cargo, please? Like, we don't have the whole night, you know. Just saying.
I'm so.
Chad, would you believe this
abused.
guy? Could you believe this guy? 14 years experience, huh? Yeah. 14 years experience. Are you having a hard time, Mark?
I'm doing fine. You're about to have a hard time. Or come over there. I'll give you 5 hard times right here.
Five Guys. All right, so I believe that Five Guys or Wendy's was the most common answer. And after that experience with Benny and getting Baconator, what was the first part of our trip?
We went to Peterbilt.
Oh yeah, where?
Yeah, Denton, Texas.
Denton, Texas.
The manufacturing facility there.
Yeah, and it was amazing. Once again, thank you and shout out to everyone from Peterbilt who took their time to meet us, you know, spend some time with us, help us to arrange to get our eyes and hands on some of their lovely vehicles and trucks there. We were kind of getting some reference material there, so you chat can be looking forward to something. And they also showed us, they also gave us a guided tour through their factory, right? That was amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool. And I've actually had 3 Peterbilts. My dad has one, so 4 Peterbilts in the family.
Mark was like in a Disneyland.
Well, that factory is the mother of my trucks.
Yeah,
That's where all my trucks were built, you know?
Yeah. His eyes were like sparkling. But it was actually very impressive and cool to see the factory, you know, all the great people working every day on making the legendary trucks that everyone loves. All right, and after that we went to Greensboro in North Carolina, right? And there we had a certain meeting with people from Mack Trucks, and they were so kind to arrange for us a visit up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, where I get also this amazing hat. And they arranged for us a visit at Mack Experience Center, where we did some SCS on the road episodes, both in Peterbilt and Mack, so you guys can look forward to see what we were doing there a little bit later when our video makers or Benny will, you know, edit those episodes and make them final. And they also, and that was for the first time in my life, they arranged a test rides in the amazing Mack trucks, such as Mack Anthem, one of my favorite trucks whatsoever. And that was the first time for me to be driving the US truck at all.
That's the first time?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I had the opportunity to drive at Chat.
Okay, hold on.
You know, we need Steam Deck.
No, we need
Steam Deck for the jingles. You know, I need some buttons to like virtually pop roses on you or something like that.
Listen, I think chat can agree with me that I had the right of way in this situation. I was making a right turn. There's no traffic lights. They were making a left turn. They should have yielded to me. Chat, back me up on this.
That was the AI, not Mark this time. Okay.
How many years were you driving truck again?
Me?
Yeah.
0.
All right, there we go. All right.
I mean, does it count this year as the first year when I already drove?
We,
a
we
US
will
truck?
we will give you 1 day towards the 365 days of this year.
5 minutes.
Yes.
But it
I'll
was
give you the whole
awesome.
day.
But it was awesome. It was really awesome to be able to drive the legendary Mack Anthem at the Mack Experience Center, because they have very cool closed track on which they are testing their vehicles, and they let us to drive there for a few moments. All of us, even Benny was driving a US truck. Oscar was driving multiple vehicles, and he was really enjoying it as well. And oh, I actually have a nice story to tell you.
Don't tell
guys.
it. No.
I have a nice story, guys. Can we do the story time?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
I hate to
imagine, guys, right? We're coming there to meet the amazing people from Mack Experience Center. We shake hands, introduce ourselves, and we tell that Mark is our consultant and a truck driver, former truck driver with 14 years of driving experience. And then we all are going to drive the trucks, right? And Benny, me for the first time ever, and Oscar for the second time ever, or something like that. And all three of us, all good. And then Marx comes into play, and he broke the truck. He literally broke the truck. Am I right? My buddy?
You're so I wouldn't say that I broke the truck. I would just say that I was in the truck when the truck broke.
Is that what all is that what everyone says?
All right. So what happened was I actually saved the truck from getting further damage due to my expertise and skill. That's what really happened. Can you pull yourself together? Be a
Yes.
professional? My God. So what happened was we were getting B-roll footage of the truck, of the exterior of the truck. So I was driving the truck, and Benny was hanging out the back of a car. I mean, wait, no, our insurance might be watching, right? So Benny was safely strapped into the car,
Exactly.
and we were just driving around the track, and they were getting footage from the outside as I drove. And we went around to do like a turnaround in the parking lot to head back out towards the track. And I heard something kind of go snap, bang, crack. So I jumped on the brakes and looked in the mirror, and I saw that all the airlines had tore off of the between the truck and the trailer. All the airlines had tore off. So of course we went outside right away, and they had been completely wrapped around the axle.
Not completely, like
Pretty well completely.
yeah, it was like
yeah.
bent, yeah, but but we kind of. I believe, Chad, you can imagine all the jokes that we've been giving to Mark ever since this happened.
But they also said that was the second time. What was that?
I mean, it's a test track, right? And they are testing the vehicles there, and they are doing that even at some time for vehicles that are being still work in progress, or
Right.
developing or changing things. So it's pretty common thing. That's the place where these things are tested for, and
Yeah.
that's the reason why our test as well. So it's not the
Yeah.
big deal like we are trying to do, but we just thought you guys gonna have a laugh with us about
They
that.
did say that the same thing had happened a few days before, and that they had just got the truck back from getting repaired or getting the new airlines installed after that exact
and
thing
then Mark
happened.
arrived.
I guess I should be a test driver. I know the weak points. I can find them.
True. Yeah. True.
But anyways, in other news, how was the Mack visit besides that?
It was besides that thing.
Yeah.
Besides that
I'm
one
wreck. I gotta slow down here.
thing that we are never going to leave from you. We are going to always be reminded that to you, and yeah.
What thing?
Yeah. Okay. The visit at Mack was perfect. Like shout out to everyone. Not only those amazing people who took their time to be there with us in Allentown, Pennsylvania, but also to the Mack people that arranged this opportunity for us down in Greensboro. And it was awesome. Like, we've seen so much of so many cool things. Like, for example, we've been able to see and also record a guided tour through their Mack Truck Museum, right? They have there, and actually Mark did that episode, so you're gonna see pretty soon Mark as one of the hosts of our STS on the Road episodes as well. How did you enjoy that?
It was really cool. I was nervous.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, but
once that camera turned on, I was just like,
it's a little
frozen.
bit different, right? And
Yeah.
You think like, that's nothing, but once you know it's actually for real recording and even voice and everything, like.
And it's different because like here, like I have no problem at all being in front of this camera. I think because I'm usually distracted by like trying to read the chat, trying to talk to Alex or you, and trying to drive at the same time. So I often like forget that the camera's even there looking at me. But when like Benny's sitting there holding it, and all of a sudden you're trying to remember everything you're supposed to be talking about, it's intimidating.
Yeah. But their history is amazing. Like I never thought like it's going down that much in the past. I believe it's like 1900, right? Like.
Yeah, because they started out not initially with trucks. They were like doing other stuff even before they were even powered, right? They were doing carriages and stuff like that. But I didn't even realize, and I'm a truck enthusiast, and I love Mack trucks as well. I didn't even realize how many of like the innovations in trucking kind of came from them as well. You know, so it was really cool to see and you know learn about it. Thanks to you know the guys there for showing us around and everything, right?
Yeah. Once again, shout out to them. And I did know, and I was kind of ashamed by me not knowing but I did know that the guys, if you've seen the movies of Transformers, the Megatron in Transformers Dark Moon, I believe.
Dark of the Moon, yeah.
Dark of the Moon. The actual scene of Megatron coming down to the desert, and you know transforming from a truck to his like Decepticon form. It was actually a Mack truck.
Yeah,
and they have it there. They have the real one. The movie producers used for the recordings of the scenes. They have it parked there, and we've been able to see it, and it's awesome. It's awesome, and we hope that at least a little bit we will be able to provide you that experience through one of our upcoming episodes as well. What's happening? Detour?
I think you were here earlier.
Yeah. That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we got a detour.
Yeah.
You gonna let me over, U-Haul? Come on. Oh! Come on, somebody let me over.
Chad, did you know that the Megatron in a few of the Transformer movies was actually a Mack truck?
It's a Mack defense model too. It's not even a regular Mack truck. It's actually one of their military models.
Vehicles, right? But it's based on granite, right? Or granite, or
yeah, Mack. Hold on. What would you say?
I don't know how to pronounce that like properly. Like granite.
Mack granite.
Granite.
Yeah.
Granite.
You guys, what were you guys calling granite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that triggered me.
Sorry. All right, and other than that, I don't think we are able to do that now, Benny. Benny just sent us a message on the screen, but I don't think we are able to. Huh? Okay, then do it. Benny actually has a photo of Megatron, and he can bring it on the screen, guys. So bear with us for a few seconds, and we can show it to you. Meanwhile, hopefully Mark will not break another truck. Virtually this time. No, Clancy79. Optimus Prime was a different truck. Megatron was a Mack truck.
Look at that. What?
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 Mark, you are not having...
I was about to say, look at that skill.
Yeah, skill. Look at that skill, Chad. I'm glad, Benny, that you still did not manage to bring that picture, because at least we could see this fault. But anytime you're ready, just bring it on. Chat is having a good time. Why are you posting Nemiro emoji in the chat? I'm not driving.
Oh no, you're like synonymous with crashing.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
every time someone crashes, it goes straight to Nemiro emojis.
No, I'm not.
That's your reputation. It
No,
precedes you.
No, I'm not. Yeah, Chad, it's actually correct. Like the Megatron in Transformers movies was a Mack truck. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because you kind of can recognize trucks from a distance, right?
Yeah.
Optimus was a different truck brand in other movies. I believe Optimus was first time it was Freightliner and then it was Western Star.
So the very first Optimus was actually Peterbilt 379.
Oh, really?
Yeah, long nose, flat top. And then he turned into, I think he was that way for the first 2 or 3 movies.
But he was also like, I mean, the original one, like from the toys from Hasbro and the comics from Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
It's Freightliner, the cab over.
So I don't think it was actually branded. Like the truck was kind of like its own kind of model.
No. Oh
there's
yeah, that's Megatron. Can you see it? Can you see it, Chad? Chad, we would love to be able to just out up to YouTube and play you. Just search on YouTube like Megatron Desert Transformation, whatever, and you will find the exact scene where this truck is driving through the desert, and then it turns to Megatron with the cape and flying, and walking on the desert. But back to the Optimus Prime, I believe it was a Freightliner cab over.
So I don't think it was Freightliner. I think it was just like an unbranded generic cab over truck.
Okay, let me Google it.
You can Google it. Yeah, Google it. Yeah, see if I'm wrong about trucks. God, this guy, no faith. But yeah, no, after the Peterbilt, he was actually a Western Star 57X. 5700 XE. Just like this.
Yeah.
This one right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's going to go. No?
Yeah, it's a Freightliner. The toy is actually branded Freightliner.
I don't believe it. I'm right, you're wrong.
Okay. So, 14 years experience, huh?
Yep.
Once again.
But in the cartoons, it wasn't a Freightliner, though.
I don't know. To be honest, I actually was not watching the cartoons that much. Like Transformers got to me for the first time with the first movie from Michael Bay,
Oh, is that because the Iron Curtain was there, so you guys couldn't see all the Western media?
That's not those jokes still hit hard. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Someone's asking when we will see Pavel again. I don't know. Pavel is a very busy person here in STS Software. He's not really able to be coming to our streams regularly, but I believe that he probably will take some time and stop by when we will be released in Nebraska, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So I cannot tell you guys when that's going to be, but I believe that's going to be the moment when we will see Pavel in the stream again. All right. And so we also did when we were visiting Mack few weeks or days back, we also managed to record amazing walk around SCS on the Road episodes about Mack Anthem and Mack Pinnacle, right?
Mack Pinnacle?
Yeah.
Oh, what could that mean?
I don't know. You kind of you did the screenshots with the Mack Pinnacle parked in gas stations in the distance, and then you realize like, oh, maybe this truck should not be there. But don't worry, because in our Christmas stream with Pavel, we even showed some work in progress, models from our vehicle department. So probably a lot of people in our community actually already know that we are working on Mack Pinnacle. That was also one of our reasons why we traveled to Mack in Allentown, because we knew they have some Pinnacles there, and we were allowed to take some of the very last missing reference material for our vehicle department as well, and to check if everything we are working on is being done correctly in the proper way. And actually, I didn't know, but there you said that it's one of your most favorite trucks, right? You almost like bought one back in the days, right? Yeah,
so when I had my 2019 Peterbilt, I was having some issues unrelated to Peterbilt with it. The transmission was a third-party piece of equipment, which I'm sure the chat will be able to figure out pretty quickly. There's only one non-Peterbilt transmission brand you can get. So I was having some troubles with that, and I was going back and forth with the rep for that company, and I was getting really frustrated. So I kind of decided I wanted a truck that didn't have that kind of transmission in it. So, you know, when it comes to that, you only have a few options. And at the time, Mack was building manual transmission still, their own Mack manual
And
transmission.
you wanted a truck with manual transmission.
Right.
Why?
I just
Because of the feel, because of like how
I mean, yeah.
iconic it is still for owner operators, like because you kind of like the I don't want to say old school, but like traditional looking US truck as well, right? With like long nose and
Yeah, so like I like truck driving. Like for me, it's not just a job; it's a passion. It's a lifestyle. So I like trucking, and with that means I like what I grew up with. And what I grew up with was sitting in the passenger seat watching my dad shift 18 gears, right? So that's the part of trucking I remember as a kid, and of course that's what I carry with me, right? So I still absolutely love shifting my own gears. I'm not one to say like the automatics are junk or anything like that, but you know I like, if I'm going to drive it, I want to have some fun, and part of that was fun for me, right? So Mack was still making their own manual transmissions, and I always liked the look of the Pinnacle because it has that kind of like old school Mack Superliner look from the 80s, right, with the square fenders and the big square grille and all that. And so I actually was trying to buy one, and I went to the dealer and all that, and we just kind of couldn't get it worked out in time. And then Mack ended up discontinuing the manual transmission because they weren't selling very many units. So unfortunately, it never worked out for me to get into a Mack. But yeah, I was very, very close to buying one.
that's great. And you actually got a chance to drive one around the test track as well, right?
And yeah, and it wasn't the one
last day.
and it was not the one I broke, so
Yeah,
that was good.
true.
Yeah. I got to drive one around. Unfortunately, it was the M-Drive automatic. Not unfortunate in that it's a bad transmission. It's a great transmission, but you know, it would have been nice to have that feel of rolling through the gears in my dream truck.
Double stick even. Double stick even.
Yeah. Not anymore. I don't think you can. I don't think you can get them anymore. But yeah. I mean, that's the dream, right?
I don't know. For me, it would be just frustration behind the wheel. Like, if I would be a truck driver for and making a living out of that, then I would probably want to have automatic transmission. Because, like, for me, as it was like first time ever driving US truck around. I mean, I can't still say that I've driven a US truck because it was a closed test track, you know, with no traffic, no pedestrians, no, you know, nothing to be worried about. I just press the gas, and you know,
there's no gas in a semi truck. It's the accelerator.
Okay, I press the accelerator.
Diesel.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Look at this guy. But you know, it was kind of like comfortable, and I felt safe, and I didn't know that it's so easy to drive them actually.
Yeah, so actually
it's so smooth. It helps you to like, even when as they were like showing us some of the features their trucks have, some of the features are really amazing.
I was gonna say, did you notice a distinct difference in the steering between the Pinnacle and the Anthem?
I didn't drive the Pinnacle.
Oh, you didn't drive the
No,
Pinnacle?
I was only in the Anthem and the Granite.
So the Pinnacle actually had much firmer steering because it didn't have a feature from Mack called Command Steer, and it's an extra basically motor on top of the steering box, which kind of detects your input and helps you to steer. So if you're like going over any kind of obstacle, like say in a parking lot, or you're trying to climb a curb.
Yeah, the wheel is not fighting with you. The Anthem has it.
Yes. Yeah. So the Anthem, that's what I was gonna say. Like the Anthem, you would have experienced had like light steering, almost like turning off force feedback in our game. It's just like there's no fight at all.
Even beyond that, because as one of their amazing instructors like showed and explained to me, they had this, if you remember, they had this part of their test track where was the cobblestones.
Yes.
Or the part with when they took us like to drive with one side of the track over the curb.
Yep.
And back. You know, in personal car, and you're driving on cobblestones or in the over the curb and back, you would feel some, I don't know how to say it properly, like, but it would feel like the vehicle is actually fighting with you through the steering wheel.
Yes.
But the command steering wheel, the feature that the Mack trucks have, you didn't feel anything. Like I was driving over the cobblestones, and the wheel was still like complete, you know, stable, and
you can take your hands off the wheel. The truck just
and
keeps going straight.
That was so cool to see. And also the feature like the holding the holding the truck in uphill.
Oh yeah.
That you could lift your feet from the brake pedals, and the truck is still being still for 3 more seconds for you to provide the driver with enough time to start accelerating as well. And all these amazing features. Like, I didn't know that trucks have these features and that it's so easy to drive them actually. Mark, are you now confused?
Yeah, I goofed up.
It's not Mark's best day today, Chad. Maybe I should be driving. I don't know. Looks like we are going to stop and sleep.
Yeah, so I was gonna bring that up. Can I sneak through that? No, I made
this cargo.
I made a big mistake here.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, worst scenario, you can press F7 and get yourself towed, right?
No, we don't do that around here.
Okay, Chet. Any bets? Is he going to scratch or hit anything? Actually, quite nice reversing with, those articulated trailer. With the, what's the name for the last part of the trailer? Dolly or?
So the one directly behind the tractor is called a Jeep, and the one behind that is called a booster or a Stinger.
Oh, Stinger. Okay.
I actually don't know which.
Stinger, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. So it's actually in real life you can actually lock the Stinger or booster, whatever you want to call it. We even kind of have it modeled, that little handle right there behind the pivot point, so you can lock them to actually be able to reverse them. Because backing up with just the Jeep
and you
the
can
trailer,
lock them remotely from cabin.
No, you got to get out.
You're gonna get out. Okay.
Yeah. I believe there are probably some that have some kind of air locking mechanism. I would not be surprised one bit. But the ones I've seen up close didn't. So we're gonna try and get turned around here to go back to that truck stop.
So you usually have to count with scenario that you're gonna be reversing, and you lock them ahead, or you can just stop in the middle of this scenario.
So generally, you don't do what I just did, right? You kind of have a better idea.
Not.
Yeah. But yeah. So typically, you're trying not to back up with it at all, right? But if you do have to back up with it, then yeah, you would just kind of stop, get out, lock it, get back in, and do what you got to do.
Okay, someone in the chat is asking, basically, and I have the same question. What's the reason for the Stinger?
It's all about spreading weight. So
spreading weight, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
So in the game, we can't do just a two-way pivot because of our physics engine. So you'll actually see the Stinger kind of do this, but in real life, it's locked. If you look at it, it's a big kingpin. So the Stinger can go left and right, but it can't go up and down. So what's happening is the Stinger is actually taking weight off of the trailer axles. It's going to make this turn here. And same with the Jeep. If you look at the Jeep, right, it's got its fifth wheel kind of in the middle there, right? So the weight, instead of being completely on the drive axles of the truck, it's actually being spread between the drive axles and then those wheels behind, right? So it's, instead of the truck just having, let's say, 200, or I won't say that much, let's say 120,000 pounds. Instead of there just being 120,000 pounds just on the drive axles, it's 60 and 60, right? Which, of course, would still be too heavy for this setup. That was just the first number that came to my mind. So it's all about spreading weight out, because in the U.S., they try to anticipate how much weight per axle, so that when you're going over bridge joints and stuff like that, or bridges in general, the weight is spread out and it's not all in this one axle, right?
I see.
Europe does the same thing. They just have different laws. So you'll see the same thing with the European trucks, right? Not all trucks are just 4x2. You have these 8x4s, right? And their fifth wheels farther forward to spread the weight out over all the axles. The trailers, you have trailers with up to 6 axles, I think, in ETS 2, right? So yeah, it's all about just kind of spreading the weight out so that the infrastructure is saved.
So Mark Verstappen is continuing with his question, so if you were to take a slight crest in real life, the Stinger would lift into the air?
Potentially, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, they're all air rides, so the axle, they'll level out and compensate.
Isn't the Stinger or the first one behind the truck? They must weigh something as well, right? So aren't they bringing more weight as well to the whole combination of truck and trailer?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of all the empty weight for this truck and trailer on a 9-axle setup, your empty weight is probably like 60,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, you're almost at the same empty weight as, say, that truck and trailer beside us right now would be for its gross weight. That truck would be 80,000 for its gross weight with cargo and everything, right?
You cannot park there, by the way.
I am going to park there because try and stop me. Call the cops. I don't care.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. He was blocking the parking lot the whole night.
No, they can get out over there. See, it's fine.
Okay, whatever you say.
It was also a handicap spot.
But those are for normal cars, right?
No, that's where they have handicap spots for trucks too.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a fairly new thing. You used to see them once in a while at truck stops, but now you're starting to see them more and more.
Is there a lot of handicapped truck drivers?
There's a few. I've seen guys like fully in wheelchairs and stuff like that drive truck.
How is their truck like adapted to it? Like they have the accelerator and brake on steering wheels, so they are operating that by hands?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
they'll have like some kind of like lever system kind of like beside the wheel where the spike normally is. Some guys have it like mounted on a column in the middle of the truck. Usually these guys are driving automatics, but there are still lots of guys that drive manual. Actually, I had
up to them then.
Yeah, I actually had an Uber driver here in Prague who had one leg and had his clutch set up on a handle so he could drive standard still.
Oh.
Yeah, he was driving an old Renault, and his clutch was like on a lever attached to the gear stick. So he would just like let it out, and then when he needed to shift, he just pulled in and shifted the gear.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like really neat. At first, I was like, "What is he doing?" Every time he shifted the gears, and then I realized, oh, he's fully missing a leg and driving standard. So good for him,
Yeah.
But yeah, some guys have like I've seen a few guys on like YouTube and stuff like that have like. Yeah, that was me. That fully have like lifts and stuff like that.
What was that?
I didn't have my blinker on when I started making my right turn, or something. I don't know. I'm too busy telling stories, trucker stories. Some guys like I've seen guys on like YouTube and Instagram Reels that have like full-on lift systems going into the sleeper, so they're able to get the whole wheelchair into the truck that way. And I've seen other guys that just have like those little fold-up wheelchairs, and they literally just haul themselves up into the truck and then pull the wheelchair up by a little rope, and that's how they get in the truck and go to work.
Like hats off to these guys, like what they can do with their disabilities. That's amazing to see. All right, so we are heading. Where are we heading? To Corpus Christi, right?
Yeah, we're heading to Corpus.
5 miles. I'm not sure, Mark, if we can actually like make it happen.
You want to make a bet?
In this stream, we have 30 minutes, Mark. We have 30 minutes. Time flies. Yeah.
Oh.
Time flies.
Yeah, I thought we had a half
time flies
hour
when you're
still.
like spending 30 minutes to getting out of the prefab, right? With the cargo. Yeah. Maybe you could get like the shortest trailer next time, or maybe you could drive a few streams just with a truck and with no trailers behind it.
Are you hinting at something?
I mean, they should should get some practice, right? Someone says
we
you need fuel.
Oh yeah, we should have got fuel.
You just
when we were
left. You just left a massive gas station.
Yeah.
And we also visited on the way to Pennsylvania. You took us to one of the really big truck stops, right?
Yeah, so we went to the Kenley 95 Petro, which is a part of the world's largest truck stop chain of truck stops. So the actual world's largest truck stop is in Walcott, Iowa on I-80. This is one of the stores that sells like their chrome and stuff like that, and it's all done up in a similar way. They got like two show trucks inside the actual store, inside the actual station. What'd you think of it? That was your first time visiting one of those. What did you think?
There was a lot of trucks, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they also had like amazing indoor, design, like parked, amazing show truck there, and you were able to buy like spare parts for trucks. That was awesome for me and new for me to see like full exhaust systems, or I don't know, lights and these oversized banners and everything.
Did you see the SCI wheels?
Yeah.
They had a whole rack with SCI wheels. Actually, like 3 racks with SCI wheels.
And clothes and food, of course, and everything. It was massive. But I was more impressed by the Buc-ee's.
Oh.
That was like...
How dare you, sir?
Sorry, but that was mind-blowing to me. Like, guys, those who live in Europe, in our small, tiny cities, in comparison to how big everything is in America and even more in Texas, right? Imagine a gas station where you can buy a boat or a camping tent or a grill bigger than my flat usually, or obviously, or they produce their own dried meat jerkies. They produce their own coffee. You can buy a crossbow there.
Yeah, I think that Buc-ee's was probably about 4
Fishing
times
pole.
the size of the local Billa
Yeah.
grocery store that I use.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was mind blowing. Like, how many stations, like fueling station? It was like
Oh.
over 100,
Probably like 50.
50,
Yeah,
50.
50 or 60 maybe. even.
50 like fueling stations. Imagine that.
But they don't let
Here
truckers
in
in there.
here in Europe, if you find a gas station that has 8 fueling stations, you feel it's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, like even the truck stops in Europe are like really small. That was kind of surprising to me.
What was that?
Like even the truck stops in Europe.
Yeah, they're
They're like-
small.
yeah.
That's why when you're driving through night, you can see like trucks parked on, on the side of ramps on highways, and,
Right.
and having all hazard lights, because they, I believe it's quite a tough job and very hard for them to be able to find even like a sleeping spot at these small truck stops, and we don't have many of them here
No.
like either. Like if there would be one Buc-ee's, but they don't allow truckers on Buc-ee's, right? It's for
Yeah, that's,
personal cars.
Yeah, and that's something like I guess like I can't be mad at them because like I know how some truck drivers are. They're kind of not very polite to property owners. They can be slobs sometimes. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like there's like definitely a truck parking shortage in North America. So it's like it irks me a little bit that like this place
They
is
should,
gonna.
like everyone should try to make the profession.
Benny, bring it up again.
Benny, what was that? Benny.
Benny.
Oh yeah, you took a picture in Buc-ee's? Yeah.
Nice.
So chat, all where your eyes can see, it's still inside Buc-ee's. And that's not all. That's not all. Like at the end of this picture, there was a big area selling clothes, boats, like big boats. I don't know why you need to buy a boat at the gas station.
Well, like let's say you're like it's the weekend, you're out for a drive, and you're thinking like, hey, I'd like to go fishing. Well, where are you gonna get a boat?
I would like to go fishing, but I don't have a boat.
Yeah.
Let's go to a gas station.
Why did you sound like Borat when you said that?
I don't know.
But I don't have a boat.
That sounded like almost from Eastern Europe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just.
But Mark, honestly, if you decide to go and buy a boat, would
Yeah.
you go to a gas station to buy one?
Well, where else am I gonna go? Walmart? I mean,
I don't know,
some
some like specialized, dealer of boats.
See, that's the problem with Europe. When I try to buy anything in Prague, I got to go to a specific place. If I want to buy a T-shirt, I got to go to a different store than I buy my jeans.
I mean, sorry that we don't sell T-shirts at fast food or gas stations like you guys.
You should be sorry. Most of my clothes I bought from truck
Mark
stops.
has to go to buy a T-shirt
stop.
to a clothing store. Oh, that's so bad.
Why don't you guys just have Walmarts?
Why
Just
don't
give me a Walmart
Why
so I
don't
can
we
do
have
all my
T-shirts
shopping
at
in one
gas
place?
stations or at McDonald's, right?
Shopping is like a 3-day-a-week friggin' problem here in Europe because every day I got to go to a different store. So like one day I'm going to South Prague, the next day I'm
Yeah.
going to Old Town, the next day I'm going to.
Imagine Germany or Austria where those shops are closed on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
most of the shops are closed on Sunday in Germany and Austria because they don't work on over Sunday.
I mean, that's kind of cool, but at the same
I
time.
mean, it's kind of cool, but if you are a working person, you don't have time to wander around shops during the work days, right?
Yeah, but they don't really work over there either, though. Aren't they spearheading that whole like 3-hour workday movement, and you only go to work like 2 days a week? And
Not in Germany.
oh, okay. Oh, I guess yeah. Germans are very much like, yes, we must do the work now.
Yeah,
Yes,
they work
this,
quite hard.
This
yeah,
is not
but-
technical enough. We must put more 10mm bolts on it.
Well, Benny's giving me some mixed signals. I don't know what he wants. Benny, do you want a treat or what? What?
You can't do that, right? We need rest. What?
What?
We need rest areas at Walmarts and ATS. Benny, explain. Give me the Cole's notes. So what Benny was saying was that somebody said...
I don't get it, guys. But I'm apparently not needed here anymore.
You're not needed?
Not needed here anymore.
You were too slow. So what Benny was saying was that some Walmarts, somebody in the chat was saying that we should have truck parking at some of the big box stores in the game, which we call Walbert. But in real life, some do have truck parking. Like I can think of, there's one in Illinois I used to go to fairly often that had like designated truck parking spaces. Mm-hmm. But lots of them absolutely do not want you in their parking lot. And in like Georgia and I think in South Carolina and North Carolina as well, they're actually like clamping trucks that are parking overnight on their property, which is kind of annoying because like, you know...
Do truck drivers have to pay something for sleeping at truck stops?
No.
It's for free?
Generally, no. Some
do they at least... Is it at least unwritten law to buy there something or,
no.
you know...
No. So, in the old days, there was very limited paid parking at certain truck stops, but usually the deal was if you paid for parking, you got like free dinner voucher and like a free shower voucher.
Okay, so it was still kind of free.
Right. Or if you bought fuel, if you bought like 50 gallons of fuel, you could park for free or something,
which is kind of a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, right? Then in the cities, because parking was so limited, they started bringing in some of these private truck stops just had paid parking, but usually it was still a similar deal. If you bought 50 gallons of fuel, or instead of a voucher, it was just like you had to spend like $25 in the store. So you just keep your receipts and you were allowed to leave. But now a lot of truck stops, and these are actually the bigger truck stop chains, are doing what they're calling reserved parking spots. So I don't know what the price is now. When I was still trucking, it was like $13 per spot. And you would have to reserve it ahead of time on their app, and you would get a spot. And so you would get there, you would tell them, they would move the little sign for you, and you could park in the spot. But you didn't get anything. You don't get a voucher. You don't get dinner. Even if you buy money or buy fuel, you don't get anything. Nope.
So it's actually paid.
It's 100% paid. So you just pay money and you get nothing in return besides a parking spot. And they're making...
So it's just the only advantage is that you have a guaranteed spot.
Right. But even then, what's happening is guys are showing up and saying, "Hey, I have a parking spot reserved," and then they'll go out in the parking lot, and a bunch of guys that didn't have reserved parking spots are now in those spots, and then they're saying, "Oh, sorry, we'll refund you, but we can't make them move." So some of them will like bang on the door and like make the guys
that must be hard because like if you're a truck driver and you're counting with this spot and you're like planning your mandatory break for sleeping according to that place, right? And then you come there and they don't have any spot for you.
Exactly.
Which you prepaid.
Yeah.
That might be a problem.
So that's why like the whole system is kind of stupid, this whole prepaid parking thing. I got no problem. Honestly, I have no problem paying for parking if it's like the old way of doing it. Like there's a few places in Chicago I would go to that were like closer to the city, and that's the way it was. They were actually more expensive. You had to pay like $25. But as long as you spent $25 in the store or you bought
someone
your
says
50
it's
gallons.
$25 at some place now, but not at Love's.
Yeah, so like those I actually don't have a problem with because like I would just buy fuel, right? I'm going to need to buy fuel anyways sooner or later, so I'll just buy fuel here and I get free parking for the night, right? Mm-hmm. They get the guarantee because a lot of guys, they'll come park at the truck stop, they won't buy fuel, they won't eat in the store, they'll just cook whatever food they have in the truck in their microwave.
Yeah, they're just like taking place.
Exactly. And usually they're using the facility still, so they're making a mess. They're really giving nothing but work to the truck stop, right? Mm-hmm. And they're taking the place of a potential paying customer. So I get it. I got no problem with it if it's that old school way of doing it, but this reserved parking stuff is just dumb. I
believe like this reserved parking is kind of like a fight back against those that just park the trucks that are not I don't know what to say, like kind enough, but they are not like willing to spend some money there, right?
Yeah.
And they are trying to avoid or dodge this situation, so they are like kind of forced to do the reservation system. But from both sides, I believe it's not really fair. Like, if I would be a truck driver and I would be parking somewhere for free, then I would at least buy food there, water there, refuel my truck there, whatever, pay for showers there.
Yeah.
Something, at least something.
And see, that's where we talk about like, the old school trucking versus the new school trucking. And I think in one of my very first streams, I was kind of ripping on quote unquote old school truck drivers, right? And to me, that's more of what it is. It's not so much about whether you've got a manual or an automatic or whether you got a Peterbilt or a Volvo. It's like kind of just how you conduct yourself on the road, right? And one of those things is like, patronize the the places where you're actually going to park, right? Don't just like bring all your food in a microwave. I get it; it's hard because like food's getting more expensive.
Yeah,
and
I mean they're trying to save every dollar,
Yeah.
right, to bring back to their families and.
But at the same
whatever.
time, like this kind of like super money saving thing on that the truckers are doing is actually going to end up costing all of us more money in the long run, as all these truck stops eventually go to paid parking, right? So we're hurting ourselves. We're shooting ourselves in the foot in an effort to try and save a little bit of money, right? It doesn't take nothing to go inside. Like, just buy fuel. Just buy fuel where...
I mean, you will have to buy it somewhere anyway, right?
Exactly, right? And part of it, like, a lot of these guys don't have a choice because they just have the fuel card that the company gives them, and they have to just get fuel where the fuel card is, right? So there might... if they have a Flying J fuel card and they got to park at a Love's that night, they might not have... the choice.
Also,
right?
the prices might be different, right? Like a different, like maybe not at different gas stations in the same state, but if you're doing like long hauls through multiple states, then probably the prices of diesel varies a lot, right?
Yeah, but I'd rather pay an extra 8 cents a gallon for 50 gallons than
Yeah, but
Then
if
have to pay-
if we are talking about like
Oh.
California versus
yeah.
like Kentucky, then it's not 80 cents, right? It's a bigger difference. And if you are like getting 50 gallons, then it makes quite a difference.
Yeah, I still think it would be cheaper than, I mean, even 50 gallons, even if you go at 10 cents, that's only $5 difference?
Yeah, but some of the prices are different by dollars,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, whatever.
But I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of those guys, like, California is a whole different animal in general, trying to find parking there. Forget the reserved parking. There's just no parking.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's like there's lots of issues, and they're all kind of there's lots of ways to look at them. There's no one solution to anything, I guess, right?
All right, we're having 77 miles till the end of this delivery. Do you think we can make it?
Well, we
are like,
should have
oh.
been there a minute ago, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's the time you took at the beginning.
Oh, actually, next week I can't do the stream. I'm gonna be sick.
Oh,
It looks like it's
okay.
gonna have to be you.
Okay, at least it's gonna be more smooth to stream with no crashes at all and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Back to the basic. What? Yeah, Benny's right. Next week, me and Benny are on a business trip in Netherlands.
Oh, right.
Visiting DAF. So
Right.
I cannot stream next week.
Mm.
Sorry, sir. You can't be sick, basically.
The working conditions here are terrible.
He's lying, Chad. He likes it here.
No, it's pretty good. SES is great.
Someone says Pavel can stream, but you were telling him.
Yeah, I'll go tell him. I think he actually kind of likes it. I think he likes engaging with the community.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he does have a
absolutely,
lot
absolutely.
more on his plate.
If he would have more free time, I believe he would be like willing to come more often to the stream. Into our
Absolutely.
streams, that's for sure. DAF tuning practice? No, guys. We are going there with a different goal, and I cannot tell you what it is as of now. So, but as always, if you guys going to stay tuned to our channels, like social media channels or blog, you will sooner or later find out. Parking this baby could be tricky, but I believe with this truck and trailer you will have. I believe there are no difficult parking options, right, for these oversized trailers.
Yeah, some of the hardcore players
So no
might know
reversing,
that
I
there's a code you can enter in the console if you have the dev console enabled, which will actually force you to have to back up all trailer combinations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We are not doing that here. Huh?
We're not doing that here, no, because I believe you started this profile, and
Yes.
we've seen your backing skills.
I mean, we started this profile, as a legit and clean way to play our game, so we should not be bringing the developer console at all, not teleporting ourselves, not doing cheats, not generating money. We should have not even taken a debt, but you ruined that.
It's built into the game. It's not. It's part of.
That was the
legitimate
beauty
play.
of our series, that we were debt free for the American Truck Simulator Let's Play series. we were like building the money, we were buying everything for our truck, and we were like, we were never sure if we really should buy that or save our money, and you stepped in, and the very first stream, look at that, another fine.
What was that one for? No, that was, we just paid our loans.
That's what we're talking about, right? Right on time.
Listen, when I got here, we were driving an International with super singles, but for some reason, a heavy front tires on it that were black instead of chrome like they should be. So listen, I had to make some changes and get us this, beautiful black custom W900.
Okay.
Look at that
it's
truck.
beautiful. It's
Thank
beautiful. It's beautiful. That's for sure. What's actually your most favorite truck from those that are available in the game? I don't think I ever asked you.
So my most favorite in real life of the ones that are available, or my most favorite to drive in the game?
Wait, what?
Like, what's my most favorite truck of these in real life? Or
Isn't it the same?
No. It's different.
Okay, then
Yeah.
both.
So in the game, it's the W900, and in real life, it's the 389.
389.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 389 handles a little differently than the W900. It feels like it leans in corners.
But both are like forward set.
Yeah, so they're both set forward axle. They're both long nose trucks. They're both classic styling with 1.9 meter wide cabs, but they both have different characteristics because they're both PACCAR products. They're both owned by the PACCAR company, but they're from a time. I mean, these trucks are both pretty old, right? They're getting pretty long in the tooth. They were both. I believe the W900B came out in the 80s, and the 379 is essentially just a carryover of the 359 for the most part in technology, which came out in the late 60s or early 70s. So they're both from a time when they weren't really sharing that much technology. Now you look at those trucks, a Peterbilt and a Kenworth, and you can see a lot of similarities. But back then, they were pretty unique. So they have very different... Hey, that's not nice.
Again?
Hey, I saw it coming this time. The Kenworth, for example, it actually, like, if you look at where the bottom of the driver's door is, it's like much kind of higher up than it is on, say, a Peterbilt. So the cab is just kind of taller on the frame, and it kind of rocks more when you're going around corners and curves and all that. Whereas the Peterbilt is like, it sits really low. And if you're even like in a Peterbilt next to a Kenworth, you can even see, like, just like if you look across, you're not looking into the truck, you're looking at the door of the truck. You're looking at the door of the W900 next to you. So for that reason, I just prefer the 379 for its driving characteristics, or 389, I should say. Again, 389, 379, very similar mechanically. But the W900 in the game is just a blast to drive, especially since SCS redid it. Yeah, it's just really nice, really high quality. So it's a pleasure to drive. Like, even inside here, like, feels like the real thing. So, yeah.
All right, and I believe that's the perfect spot and perfect time to end today's stream, because like we've run out of time. 8 minutes passed, and now you just delivered the cargo finally, with like 10 different finds on the way, 3 crashes on the way, like 30 minutes getting out of the prefab even.
I never endured this kind of abuse when I was a truck driver. I was respected in my industry.
I mean, you're respected here as well, we're just joking.
Yeah, you better be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. And we've earned ourselves a skill point.
Hold on, we have a very important question from the chat.
Whoa, what is it?
What did you have for breakfast today?
Me?
Yeah.
Cereal and white yogurt.
Cereal?
Yeah.
That's so bad for you. It's just corn syrup and nothing. Sugar.
Syrup?
Yeah.
It's not American cereal. Come on,
true.
man.
Right. So you had like oatmeal.
No.
Oh.
Like granola, is that even word?
Yeah, granola, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what you guys call cereal here?
We call cereal basically anything that has any oat in it, and you put it in the milk or with yogurt in the morning.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, for us, cereal is like very much like sugar bombs, you know.
Yeah, like Chocapic and these
yeah.
kind of. Yeah, we call
like
that
literally
cereal
just
as
take
well.
a chocolate bar, chop it up, put it in the milk, boom.
We call
cereal.
it like the other ones with like nuts and everything in it. We call it like muesli, which is from German
Right.
language. I don't know if there is a word for it in English. Maybe I don't know it. Why are you asking? What did I have for breakfast?
Sim driver Dave is just like really interested. He says you're being grumpy to me, so he wants to know that you had your breakfast today. I guess.
No, chat. This is just the way how we hang around with Alex, Benny, Mark, everyone. We just like to make fun out of each other, and we also kind of know that you guys are liking a small rivality.
Whoa,
and
no,
jokes.
don't make it like you're doing it for them. You do it all day to me.
What do you mean all day?
All day.
Nah,
All day.
you spend all day on working on one of our very secret projects, and we barely talked to you today. You were
Yeah,
like, sitting with your headphones for like from meeting to meeting.
I
Whatever.
have a deadline for the first time since I started working here. That's like actually getting pretty close. Usually my deadlines are like I'm usually able to accomplish my project pretty quickly, but this one's kind of creeping up, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta really get at it. And I feel like my brain's turning to mush just staring at code all day.
Yeah.
I mean,
you should stop.
yeah.
right there.
yeah.
But Chad, back to you as our CEOs of this American Truck Simulator Let's Play series. Where should we put this freshly earned skill point? Fuel economy.
I believe we have realistic fuel economy on.
What? What do you mean, Benny?
Oh no, I just clicked one up here
Yeah.
already, but like somebody was saying we could do the last ADR. Somebody
Chill
was
out,
saying
Benny. Chill out.
high value, long distance. Long distance might not be bad, but I feel like the long distance we have right now is
Fragile cargo.
because we can't really do more than one in long. Yeah, let's do the last ADR. I've seen a few for that.
Last ADR?
Yeah,
Okay. What was
done.
that? It was explosives or like
Yeah,
flammable?
I believe that one was explosives.
Explosives.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you also change the picture of the profile?
Yeah, it's me.
Chat. What have you done? What have you done with Mark?
Hey, listen, Nemiro. I think I'm gonna give you a present today. Okay. I'm gonna take out another loan. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to. I was gonna try and take out a loan to pay off a loan, but we actually still have too much left. To
Take
repay.
out loan to pay out a previous loan? Yeah, that's so American.
Yeah, that's the way it's done. It's called consolidating debt.
Okay. Whatever, guys.
No, because if we took out 100 grand.
Interest rate 12%. Jesus.
Can we? Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, never mind. That's not gonna work. I mean, we could take out a loan and buy more trucks.
But Benny is laughing there behind the cameras. I believe it's time for people to know and to see what amazing video maker we had at our visit, at our business trip in Mack. As you can see, he was wearing visitor badge. But
Can we get a drum roll, please?
that's Benny.
That's Benny. Look at that handsome guy. Look at that sultry look, man. He's hitting us with the blue steel.
You can see the camera in his hand. Here. That was after a whole day of recording stuff for you guys for our SCS on the Road series, and also gathering reference material for the Mack Pinnacle and other things we are not really ready to reveal. Amazing, right?
We it's actually funny. So me and Benny were tracking our weight in a competition to see who would gain more weight. And
You
Benny,
too?
Yeah.
But so you lost.
I lost. Yeah.
You've gained some.
Yeah, I definitely.
But
gained
Benny
something,
Benny actually lost.
Yeah, we ate nothing but fast food for 10 days.
Yeah.
And he actually lost weight, and I gained weight. So
I don't know how is that possible, guys.
congratulations, Benny.
Yeah, but time's off, guys. Time's out. We're a few minutes over our prepared time slot for today's stream. Mark, thank you for doing this stream with me. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and hanging out with us again. You know, it's been a while since you were here, so thanks for coming and bullying me for an hour. That was lots of
It
fun.
was not bullying. It was just friendly jokes. Friendly jokes. You do the same to me. even before you joined STS, you were roasting me in a chat a few times as well
Yeah.
with Dan and with everyone. And now when I get into that role, suddenly I'm the bad guy.
Listen, just let me play the victim a little bit, okay?
No. Request denied. Yeah, but thank you, Chet, for joining us. Thank you for being with us. We are happy that we could have this fun stream with you, that we could share something from our recently ended business trip to the US. We visited our amazing partners and contact people from can you make that picture disappear, from Peterbilt and Mack. Shout out to them, shout out to everyone we've met in Peterbilt, shout out to everyone in Mack. Thank you both. Thank you everyone for all you guys arranged for us and for all the time it took us with there. Shout out to Oscar as well, and a few other colleagues from our vehicle department that were with us in the US as part of the business trips too. And thank you guys, and like we said, on Thursday, Peter and Alex should be back, and they're planning to have Euro Truck Simulator 2 Let's Play series episode for you. So there's going to be another live stream on Thursday at the same time, and I believe that's it. Mark, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think we should raid someone. That's the
True.
traditional way to end the stream.
True.
So I just got... Let's see, who do we have? Chat, do you have anyone to recommend?
Chat. Or did you do some research? Excuse me.
I'm looking right now.
Let's see who's playing American Trucks.
I don't recognize any of these people.
Let me see if I can recognize anyone. Oh, Is Chat recommending anyone? SES Software streaming. Oh, let's write them. I don't know. Let's just
let's
pick
just
someone?
someone at random. Yeah. Benny. I've got Beatonen. Beatonen. Beatonen.
Okay.
They've just got 1 or 2 viewers right now. Let's give them a little surprise. And chat, remember, you're the best community ever. So go in there, be friendly. Remember, you're representing our community as a whole. You know, don't be mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said everything.
Be positive. Spread the love.
Yeah.
Like Nemiro doesn't do to me.
He's overacting this, chat. I'm not going into a stream with you anymore. Never, ever again.
All right, so you got it from here then? Goodbye.
Bye. All right, chat. Thank you again. Let's rate someone. Benny, you ready for the rate?
I didn't get the name.
Oh, he.
It's BEATONEN.
I mean, I can write it.
E like it.
E like
E like E, not E like
E like-
I.
E like E. E like Elon. E like energy.
Yeah.
Do you have it, Benny?
Yeah.
Benny.
Benny. Okay, then let's rate then. As Mark said, spread love. You know, always remember you guys are representing the best community ever. So be kind to everyone, and we will see you either on Thursday with Peter and Alex, or next time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Bye.